Okay, ready? All right, here we go. I admit.
And how do we see comments? Will they come up?
You should be able to see.
Yeah, we should be able to see and hear. I think they can chime in if they want to say something as well.
Where'd my little comment section go? Hi, guys. Welcome.
Everyone entering, you should all be in muted format already, but just double check that your screen says mute.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome.
If you want to use the chat section, you're more than welcome to chime in, say hello, ask questions throughout the chat section so we can help answer them. So, all right. I did find the chat section. I can't talk, so this might not be good that I'm giving a presentation. All right. I want to welcome everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining us. So my name is Danielle Malik, for any of you who do not know me. I just want to welcome Lori, Melina, and Heather as well to the training. I will tell you, I met Melina prior to this incentive trip, but I met Lori and Heather at the incentive trip. We fell in love, had fun. And we had an amazing time together, and we came back and we realized that we wanted to share our excitement, what we've learned, what we did with you guys, because I know from my team page, so many people were like, I want to be there, I want to join, and we heard the same thing from others. So we wanted to build a training for you guys to kind of tell you a little bit of what we did to earn it, how we stayed focused, how we stayed motivated. So this way, in July, when Pink Zebra announces the next incentive trip, you guys are ready to hit the ground running and go and earn the trip and be there with us. Now, if you don't want to earn the trip, that's totally cool. You can earn the iPad or the pink dollars or the laptop as well. I'm actually using the laptop from one of the incentives. So, but this is a great idea, a great way to see how you can focus yourself and get going. All righty.
Someone's ready. Where's Pom Pom? Who's ready?
Oh, wait. I have a pom-pom. I have a pom-pom.
Oh, I still have that too. I just wasn't as prepared.
So just people can, I know I can kind of see, but if you can comment, say hi if you're here in the comment section, in the chat box. So that way we kind of have an idea of who's all here and who joined us. That would be amazing. Because I like to know who's here, obviously. I see we have Nicole and Marty and a Sarah that I don't. So hi, but if there's anyone else who's on here who we don't see, please feel free to comment.
Yay.
Alrighty. And then if my timer's ready, I will begin if you guys don't care.
You're good.
All right. So, hi guys, again, my name is Danielle Malik. A little bit about me. I am an executive manager with Pink Zebra. I joined, it'll be 5 years in August. I joined for the discount, 100% for the discount. I was buying way too much. And I figured if I make a little bit of extra money, that'd be great because I needed a cleaning lady to come once a month to my house. 4.5 years later, I am now an executive manager of the company. I am going to make it as a stay-at-home mom job for myself. And I have cleaning lady come twice a month. Goals, guys, goals. And honestly, it was very, very motivating for me to earn the incentive trip. My husband, okay, a little bit backstory about me. When I joined, I was just with my husband. We just got married. We'll be celebrating our 5-year anniversary on Friday. And when I was pregnant with my daughter, my husband told me, I'm going back for my MBA. And I was like, okay, great. Sounds awesome. We now have a 3-year-old. He just graduated last weekend with his MBA. So the incentive trip was never a thing I wanted to focus on. Are you making fun of me?
No.
Okay.
No, look, I was planning on wearing this one.
I have a pink zebra hairband too, but it's upstairs. Anyways, he was so we never really got a chance to do the incentive trip. I never made it as a focus for myself because I wanted to, he was in school. He was always in midterms or finals during the incentive trip period. This year I said, okay, that's it. We're earning it because you're going to be technically out of school. And this will be your graduation dash or 5-year anniversary gift. So I did it. It was a lot of hard work. And I kind of made the point that it's work hard, play harder. And that was what the incentive trip really was. Like, we played hard. We did. We had fun. We had a great time. But I want to tell you guys a little bit of how I've stayed focused on the incentive trip. And like I said, I earned the iPad and I earned the laptop the years prior while he was in school. But this, I don't need 1,001 iPads or, laptops. So I needed to earn that trip because I'm running out of electronic space here. And if you guys know me, I'm not an iPerson either. So the first thing I did was I made a plan. When we took the incentive trip, I made a plan. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go there. I'm going to get there. Pink Zebra creates a spreadsheet. One of my uplines creates a spreadsheet too. I printed theirs out because it was colored and had a picture on it. But I took my planner, and for 2017 and 2018, I took my planner and I literally had it posted, and I put the spreadsheet in there. That was the first thing I did. And then I took a look at how the points were divided up, and I went from there on that. And there we go. Spreadsheet, bam, planner. It's washi taped into my planner. Then I'm all about vision. It is also in my planner on both years. The little picture of it was in there. There's other things too. And my vision board also had it. Okay? So I am one of the people who believe that you have to visualize everything. I have my pink carpet in there because I'm going for my boots eventually soon, hopefully. I need to walk that pink carpet, but I had to visualize that I was going to be there. I was surrounding myself with pictures of the ocean and beautiful palm trees, but visualizing it doesn't get you there. So the next thing is having that plan. And Pink Zebra is pretty nice. Like, they give you, the past couple of years, they've given a bonus period, which is in July. And previous years, it was recruits. This year, it was having $300 parties got you 500 points. I think after 5 parties, you got an extra bonus, but I didn't have 5, I had 4. So I started off with 2,000 points initially, and I tallied that right there. Now, because I had 4 $300 parties. Here's the kicker. I actually had 3 parties. One of them was a $650 party that I broke up into 2 $300 parties. I know it sounds a little bit of a cheating of the system, but I wanted an extra 500 bonus points. So I was like, 500 bonus points will get me there. Then you kind of got to look at the plans to break it up. Pink Zebra used to do bonus points for consistency in recruiting and consistency in SV. They changed it to consistency in parties. So every month I tracked my 3 $300 parties, and then I also was tracking my recruits. So when my recruit would hit a quick start, I would track it with their little initial A, C, B, W, B. Like, I kept track of those, and each month I would keep track. Now, Pink Zebra also offered miscellaneous points, like attending rally. This year, they're going to have attend reunion, and you're going to get miscellaneous points. But, book 4 parties in the incentive, in the booking blitz, and you got 200 points. You have points for different things. Every time Pink Zebra offers you a bonus time, do it. Focus on that. That is huge. But here's another thing. Again, I am like uber crazy about tracking everything. I will show you. I track everything in my planner. My planner is my life. I also had a section in my planner that was tracking my SV. So this was my SV because each dollar in SV was a point. So I was tracking it by the hundreds. Every $300 party I closed was and sent a opportunity to have bonus points. So there's my $300 parties. And every time I got a recruit that hit their quick start, that was 1,000 points. Plus, if I had 7, I got 3,000 bonus points. In February, like 5th or whatever, when they sent out the bonus points up through January, I was 400 points away. I knew I was going to at least have 400 points for my $400 in sales. But I ended up with 30,000 points. So I went from less than 22,000 points to 30,000 points because of my bonuses and the 3,000 bonuses and the people hitting their quick starts in April as well. That is the biggest thing I would definitely tell you guys, is to look at the structure and plan it out. Focus on what you're going to do. You can, but not everybody can sell $15,000 in sales volume a month. But you can't just earn the trip on sales volume alone. You need to be well-rounded. Every month you need on your little tracker to have something like more than one box filled in. So Pink Zebra did sales volume, 1 point for sales volume. So, I had 1,000, 1,700, 2,000. I kept track of those points. Again, personally qualified sponsors. Not every month did I have someone qualify as my qualifying sponsor, which is a quick start. But I did keep track of those as well to make sure that those were coming through. Then, the July bonus we had, and then the personal promotions, again, or your sponsor promotions. That's also something. I had a low sponsoring year, promotions year. Like my people I sponsored didn't promote as much. But when they did, you got points for that. So that's also awesome. And then pay rank qualified. This one is huge. Pink Zebra was awesome. They let it for executive consultant or higher to be pay rank qualified. Doesn't mean if you had that title. It means if you held that title. So for me, I was an executive manager when this happened. I had to maintain $15,000 in team sales volume, $400 myself, and 2 people at least executive consultant title. And every month, that was 500 points. That's 500 really easy points plus your 400 points. So you had to have on your tracking system a very, it had to be a blend of everything. You couldn't just earn the trip on, unless one of you girls did, and I apologize, just earned it all on sales volume or all on recruits. You have to have a blend of everything. And that's the biggest thing I would tell you guys. And is to plan it out. And not to sound crazy, I don't go super hog wild that first month. And then the second month, if you don't go hog wild and you have a crappy month, don't let it be the end all. If you hit every single goal, like you had $3,000 in sales volume, if they do the $300 parties as well. I know I got 2 minutes. If you do the $300 parties as well, and which if that's again the tracking system they're going to do, and you do it, and you have 3 recruits hit their quick start, and then in September, October you don't do that, or August, September, whatever, the next month you don't do it, that's fine, but make sure you build yourself back up. Pink Zebra's doing this on consistency. They're not having people who just work their business 2-3 months out of the year. They want someone who's going to work their business every single month out of the year. And that's the biggest thing I can tell you, is to make sure, even if you have a crappy month, I had a crappy month. I had a fundraiser that almost completely went dud, and I made them hold it out an extra week. Even if you have a crappy month, you can make up it for other months. Because there were some months I was having 7,000 points, and there were some months I barely hit 2,000 points. But you can even it out as long as you're doing recruiting, you're maintaining your title, you're doing sales, you're doing parties, because it's a well-rounded evenness. And I hope that makes sense to you guys. So I'm done with a minute to spare. Booyah!
Yeah.
All right.
Who's next?
All right. I'll go next.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lori. Wait, let me start my timer. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna need somebody to time me, by the way.
Yeah, I'm good. We're good. So I am Lori Sharkey. I am an executive manager all the way from New Jersey. I've been with Pink Zebra since October of 2013. It's funny when people talk about their journeys because a lot of people always say that this was like their first experience with direct sales and all that jazz. I was like a seasoned direct sales person trying everything under the sun all the time. Like my sister used to keep track of how many different businesses I was with. I lost count. So that goes to tell you that much. But Pink Zebra, I kind of found my home here. And even after getting a little bit distracted last year, I kind of recommitted myself to this business right around reunion time, a little bit before reunion time, but really reunion time in July when bonus points were announced. I was like, nope, this is it. I'm going full steam ahead with Pink Zebra. And coincidentally, when I decided to make that decision, I earned my first incentive trip, which was one of my big, huge goals last year. And I have to say that my biggest tip in all of this and all of this training that we're going to do tonight, that's the first step, is that you just have to decide that this is something that you want to do. You have to set that goal and commit to it no matter what. I like to say that you have to have a no matter what goal. If the trip or the iPad or pink dollars or whatever it is the goal that you want to earn, that has to be no matter what. You have to put it in your little head that no matter what happens, a bad month, hostesses cancel, recruits start going AWOL, whatever it is, kids get sick, parents get sick, life happens, all of that, but no matter what, this is your goal. That's the first step, is making that commitment and making it a priority. It's your no matter what goal. So that was first. In addition to that, last year, so the trip was my number one goal, but in addition to that, I also counted the ribbons on our website, you know, the top seller and top sponsor ribbons on our website. Those were my goals. So that meant that $1,000 a month in sales volume and at least 2 sponsors per month. With that, with those being our goals, that kind of pushes you towards your goal of the incentive trip. It all kind of goes hand in hand. So I, like Danielle, printed out the tracker. This one I think is the one from back office. I didn't print out anything fancy. I think I printed out 9 of these total by the end of the incentive period because I had scratch marks, I had erasers, I had pen on some, and I tried to keep it all in pencil. It was a giant mess. So I'm not type A and not super organized, but my tracker was my lifeline. And another little tip that goes with that, my planner, I actually use a school calendar planner because it goes from July to June, which is kind of our year is July to June. Bonus points start in July, and then we kind of end our consistency awards in June. So that's how I use it. Some people don't like to go that route because it messes up tax time, but that's a whole nother video. So that's just what I do, is I use a school calendar because it keeps me on task. But here's what I will say. My very first full year with Pink Zebra, I didn't use this. So I was like, yeah, I want to earn the goal. I want to earn the trip. No big deal. I want to make it happen. But I didn't use this. I missed the trip by 3,000 points. Don't be like me. Do not be like me. Make this like pocket size, purse size, one in your planner, one on your cork board. I have my vision board over here. This becomes your lifeline. And the fun thing that Pink Zebra does is on the bottom here, that last line is what they give you the amount of points that you need per month based on seasonality. Because obviously we're not a seasonal business, but we do see an increase in sales volume and activity through that holiday period. I tried to stick as close to that as possible. And made that like I tried to stick to that 100%. But I will say, like Danielle has said now, those bonus points in July, rack them up. As many as you can, rack them up, because I can 100% say that without those bonus points, I would have missed the trip again by 3,000 points. So those bonus points really do come in handy. And obviously we're making this video and doing this training tonight based on what last year's points were. We don't know if that's going to change. We don't know any of that part coming up, but if you can kind of like build your next 7 months worth of business based off of last year's, probably going to be okay. Like that's kind of just the assumption, but you're kind of going to be okay. I will say, in addition to planning and your tracker, I was not like a top trip earner, I earned the trip just over 90 points. So I had 23,090 points. I had one frontline promotion, but I made sure to rack up bonus points, and I committed to that $1,000 in sales volume every month. I didn't earn the sponsoring bonus points. I think I only earned 4,000 points for qualified sponsors. So I didn't do anything over and above just working my business. They kind of went hand in hand, but I had to plan for working my business. Funny story with that is that I was really worried about October of last year because I went to Disney World in October, and I was gone for like 12 days. I wasn't home, but I knew I wasn't going to be home for all that time. So what I did was I booked a ton of Facebook parties for the second I stepped foot in the door. And actually I had one because we were a day late coming home. So I had them booked back to back to back to back to back. And October ended up being my highest sales volume month ever with Pink Zebra. So the point of that is you just have to have a plan. You have to have a plan, and you have to be committed to your goal. That means that if you know you're going away for a little while, you have to overbook your Facebook parties. That means that if you know that maybe sales volume isn't your strong suit, then I hope that you're focusing on sponsoring to get those bonus points. Like Danielle said, as far as maintaining your pay rank, that one is like critical to me. That one's critical because not only does that mean that you're getting the 500 points kind of just as a give me, but you're also maintaining your title and earning commission along the way. So that's always a definite for me. And if you think about it, between the 500 points that we got for maintaining your title and your $400 at least in sales volume to maintain that title, you're starting each month with 900 points. That's kind of not too shabby. That's a great way to earn at least, at minimum, the pink dollars. So, like I said, I didn't do anything. I guess I should say, I don't feel like I did anything above and beyond to earn the trip. I think that, and I've said this numerous times to my own team, if I can do this, I'm 100% certain that anybody can do this, because I didn't do anything extraordinary. I will say in my plan, I had 2 home parties the entire 7 months. The rest was all done online. It was all done like easy peasy, I guess you can say. It was done easy peasy. I didn't do anything extravagant in my opinion. I really just recommitted to my business in July, made sure that bonus points were an absolute no matter what goal of mine, and then consistency. Those were the 3 things that I really focused on, not only just for earning the trip, but in my business. And now I've gotten to see the reward of that. And now this year, knowing that I can earn it for 1, now I really, really want to earn it for 2, because now it's about challenging myself to the next level, right? It's kind of what we have to keep doing in this business. And in doing that, in my goal of earning it for 2, I'm only going to do that by helping more people earn it for 1, more people on my team. And I love that we're doing this training, because it's showing that, you know, like I said, if I can do it, anybody can do it. But your first priority needs to be commit to the goal. Commit to yourself and the goal. Print out the tracker. Don't be like me and miss the trip by 3,000 points. Do not. When I realized that was what happened, I kicked myself so bad, because 3,000 points, that's, you know, a lot of points, but it was totally doable had I printed out the tracker. That is your lifeline. And then stick with, I mean, you can even stick with the monthly total that Pink Zebra gives you, the seasonal, the amount based on seasonality. You can stick with that. If you do just that, you're kind of there. They're telling you exactly how many points you need each month. It's a big goal broken down into really small steps. And that sometimes makes it super, super, super attainable. If you're going to reunion, we're starting with 2,500 points. That's awesome. That's already, aside from the training that we get at reunion, the friendships that are built at places like that, the new product reveal that's there, all the fun stuff that happens at reunion, you get all of that plus your 2,500 points ahead of the game for the incentive period for next year. Plus, I hear through the grapevine, and I saw last year, that the ones that earned the trip, this year get to announce the trip next year. So next year, when you earn the trip, you can be that person at next year's reunion. It's just a really awesome little perk that they offer us because Pink Zebra's really good at that. I talk a lot faster, I think, than I had anticipated, but that's my spiel for the night. That's how I did it. And I'm gonna pass the torch on over to next. I think we lost Heather.
I think we did.
I don't see her, and I don't see her request to come back in. So maybe Melina, if you want to take over, I'll message her the link to have her come back.
Well,
And
wonderful.
we can start that.
Okay, so I'm Melina Dixon. Hello, everyone. And I'm going to be honest. Like, honesty is my policy lately. My head just recently started hurting, like, once I sat down in this office, and my eyes are watering, and I yawn a lot. So if you see me rubbing my eyes or yawning or looking like I'm in pain, I promise I'm okay. I'm just getting through life. But and I'm on my phone and I'm getting all sorts of notifications. So if you hear a very disgruntled vibration, that is also me. So anyways, so yeah, I'm Melina Dixon. I joined Pink Zebra December 27th, 2012. So I think I'm the oldest zebra in the room, which is both an honor and definitely does kind of make me feel like an old lady a little bit. And I've been a longtime direct seller as well. Actually, last Friday was the 14th anniversary of when I started my direct sales career, way back when I was like 19 years old, and planned to one day rule the world. So I'm still working on it, y'all. I have not given up on the dream. And I don't know if I don't think that Lori or Danielle shared like, you guys didn't share a whole lot about like you as a person, like, unfortunately, but I'm going to tell y'all about me.
Real quick, I want to assume that was awesome, and they didn't know more.
That's right. That's right. Danielle's work speaks for itself. Okay, so I'm talking, but I don't think I'm back on this yet, which is kind of
No,
weird.
you're good.
Oh, okay, because it didn't change on my phone, which is strange. So
Did the whole call go out, or was it me?
No.
Everything froze and okay, sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, Heather, it was you.
We can see you and hear you now, though, Heather. So
so I have been married for almost as long as I've been in direct sales. I am very fortunate to have a very supportive husband, although he thinks we are totally crazy, and we kind of are. I don't have any human children, but I do have a dog and a cat, and they keep me very busy, just with shenanigans and vet appointments. And I am an administrative assistant in Charlotte, North Carolina, for a little bank. You may have heard of them. They're called Wells Fargo. And I support the head of community relations. And if that sounds kind of fancy or scary to you, it is both. A very big job being the head of community relations. And so definitely my job is not without a little bit of stress. So I feel like I live like a really crazy life. I don't always feel like I have it together, but what I do have together that I'm pretty darn proud of is my little spreadsheet. This is like the one thing that like I know I'm doing well at, putting a spreadsheet together. So my incentive trip story is going to go back a couple of years. So because I have been around for so long, I've known about incentive trips, and I always left reunion. First of all, this will be my 6th reunion, which also makes me feel really old. I'm an old lady zebra. But I would leave reunion thinking, yeah, I'm going to earn that trip. And they went to Jamaica. They went to Costa Rica. I don't know where else they may have went, but I didn't go any of those places. I went to, I guess it was San Antonio in 2015. and left there. I guess really excited about the incentive trip, which can't even tell you where it was now. I think it was Costa
That was
Rica.
Costa Rica.
Yeah, it was Costa Rica. So I was super excited, and I did, pretty much the same thing that I'd done, the last 2 years. And I looked at the points and tried to figure out how I was gonna, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna earn the trip? And I didn't earn the trip. Like, womp womp, I didn't earn it, but it's like totally okay because I got 900 pink dollars, and they were so amazingly fun to spend. But what I feel happened with that first real attempt at earning an incentive trip, I feel like I created this momentum. So then I go to Las Vegas in 2016 for reunion, and we had the tag team there. I'm in their cool girl squad, FYI. That's why my shirt says cool girl, because I'm a cool girl now. I used to be a not cool girl, and now I'm a cool girl. So I left there feeling more different about reunion than I had ever felt before. So I don't know if it was the tag team, if it was the fact that the trip was going to Panama, but like, I just knew, like, I was more certain than I'd ever been certain before in my life that I was going to earn that trip. And I did earn that trip, which is amazing. And what I did for that one was really what everybody else has said, focus on the bonus point opportunities. So now we're here, we're going to talk about Dominican Republic. Because I brought all that up because I really do feel like I've kind of been riding this wave of a momentum. Like, I didn't stop working once the trip period was over. I still tried to take my business just as serious in spring and summer as I was doing in the fall and winter. That's really important to me. And I would say, starting probably in 2016, I really, really tried to focus a lot more on relationships and people and not making it about me. And that's just been such a huge deal for me. So it's helped me build a customer base and, obviously a team with it. So yeah, so this last incentive trip period, July was awesome. I actually totally lucked into some of those bonus points because I had 2 or 3 parties that were supposed to close in June, and I just couldn't get it worked out with the hostesses. So we didn't close them until July. Plus I had other parties in July. So I started out with 3,500 bonus points, which was definitely very exciting. Like, that's a nice little boost. And then I spent, August through February with my goal of being at least $1,000 in sales every month. But I knew just from knowing how previous fall seasons had been that I was going to have, a couple months that were going to be over that $1,000. And what happened that I didn't expect was to have my very first ever $3,000 month. And that was really stinking cool. Honestly, like, can't even really 100% tell you like how it happened. I mean, I partied a lot and I sold a lot, but I'm just like, what? Like, it's like I floated outside my body and just watched it all happen. Like I was not inside my body while it was all happening. I had like, I guess, an out of body experience. But yeah, so I just kept partying. I guess because I was so focused on all the new people I was meeting, the samples I was sharing, the hostesses that I was working with for their parties. I mean, I looked at my dashboard the last day of the month and I was like, holy crap, I had my first $3,000 month. It was so exciting. And while that was going on, I was also working towards my promotion to senior manager, which happened in October, which was another huge boost for me as far as points go. And I had this is crazy because after a $3,000 month, you think, well, next month, that's going to be tough. But the following month was only like $500 less than the previous month. So I'm like, what in the world? Like, it's like I blacked out and then, 2 months later I had sold like $6,000. And please do not take me like as bragging, because I'm totally not. I'm the biggest dork in the world, and I guess it's really honest. So yeah, so I don't 100% know how it all happened, but I suspect it was because I was just so focused on people and sharing, and my excitement just really, really kind of propelled me. Someone's going live on Facebook, but I'm here with y'all. So yeah, so I did earn the bonus points for consistent sponsors. I did not earn the bonus points for consistent parties. That ship sailed in August. I was so excited after closing 5 parties in July that I was like, no big deal. 3 $300 parties a month. I got this. No, I failed in August, and I was like, well, crap, I got to figure out another way. So I did, I guess I figured out another way. So what I do, and you guys can't really see this all that well, but every month I would update, my spreadsheet, and I've got formulas set up so that it totals every column down, and then it totals across the bottom. And this little pink box right here, that's my grand total. So I ended up with a total of 32,286 points, which was amazing because the previous year, I think I had just over 23,000 to earn the Panama trip. And the year before that, I had just over 17,000 to get the iPad laptop pink dollar level. So it's been nice to watch my points grow. My goal was to earn it for 2. It's so much more awesome to do that because it means $0 comes out of your bank account to take a spouse. And now that I know I've done 32,000, I'm like, well, what's going to happen for this next one? It can only keep going up because that's how the trend has been for me. The one thing I'll tell you guys is that not every month was great. I think Danielle said she had a crap month. Well, my December was kind of crappy. It seemed like everyone, including even my team, like people just, I don't know, stopped working around the 13th or 14th of the month. And, my customers, I guess they were good. They had all their gifts and stuff. So I only sold $554 that month, but that didn't, deter me from continuing forward. Oh my gosh. Does that mean my time is up?
That's your time.
Well,
Oops. But
has it been 12 minutes?
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I wouldn't know because my connection was coming in and out the whole time. I
Oh,
was like, where's Melina?
I'm here.
Well,
Okay.
you can take my minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to use part of her minute, although I don't know what I was going to say. Because I was so startled by that
Sorry.
harsh alarm. I don't know, but I'm going to
December.
Oh yeah, just having a crappy December. I didn't let it deter me from moving forward, but actually December was the month that I wrapped up the qualification for the trip. So I had it done early, and I would recommend, if you can figure out a way to do that, do it. Like January and February were so much nicer knowing that I had the trip all wrapped up, and I was really just focusing on, earning enough points to either earn the trip for my husband or make it into the top 15, which is a really cool thing they had this year. The top 15 point earners got a swim up room in the Dominican Republic, and it was gorgeous. I did not get one because I was number 19, but do not cry for me, y'all, because that I've never been number 19 in anything in my life. So that's pretty stinking cool. Except I'm number 1 in your heart.
You are.
That's right.
Simultaneously, we all do that.
That's all I have to say. So thank you. It's been wonderful.
Awesome. All right, Heather. I won't start the timer because apparently it gives everybody a heart attack. So
No, it's fine. It's fine.
really
You can do
startled
it
me.
because it got my attention.
all right.
So for those of you, I don't think anybody from my team is on this call right now, but for those of you who I have not met, my name is Heather Kosti. I'm a manager with the company. I have been with the company since 2014, September. And I did start just for fun. I really did. I had never done direct sales before. I kind of was really turned off by direct sales actually because of the stuff that I had seen prior. And then I found this little company called Pink Zebra. And I decided that I wanted to try the product just because I had small kids and I was a stay-at-home mom. I thought, it would be nice to just try it. And I, of course, as a stay-at-home mom, you're looking for discounts, you're looking for all that kind of stuff. So I was like, once I try it, I know I'm going to want to use more. I am going to get the kit. So that's kind of how I started, again, just for the discount. And then I realized when I was reading through the stuff and went on my first webinar with Colby, I was like, you know what, this is different. This is not what I imagined it was going to be like. And I just started little by little. I started slowly. I wasn't comfortable with the party world or anything like that. I just decided that maybe I was going to try and do some events because we did have quite a few in the area. So that's kind of how I started. And I really loved it. I loved being back in the workforce. That's kind of what it felt like. I missed selling and all that kind of stuff. And I hadn't even thought about teams or anything. But I guess once I did the events and I got comfortable with the product and the people and that sort of thing, it's kind of where it led me to continue growing. And when you get that first team member, that right there, that just like sets it all up for everybody where you're like, I can do this. I can keep growing my team. So I slowly did it. It wasn't overnight that I got to my position or anything like that, which I think is difficult for people sometimes when they're starting out. They think that, it's going to be instant gratification. And unfortunately, there's no business like that. I wish there was, but it really does help you with whatever your why is, whatever you start out with, and it changes along the way. Mine changed a million times. Now I'm hoping to reach the goal of being full-time, at some point at whatever rank I am. And it just works out perfect for me because we are military. We've, moved all over. It's hard to keep a job when you're military. So working from home is really nice. We have dogs. We have 3 children. What else can I tell you about myself so that I still have time to talk about the incentive trip? I think that's it. I'm scatterbrained. So I work, between my children's schedules. You have to forgive me. I have 3 kids, who all take up like the majority of my life. And so my schedule is not what the average person's is. So to do this incentive trip, I really did have to focus myself. I knew I had gotten pink dollars before, but I had never reached trip incentive points. So I did have to get the chart, sit down, and every month I had to have somebody accountable with me, one of my teammates. She was, where she was trying to strive for it as well. So we were like our accountability buddies. I started from the beginning with the points. It's very important that you get the bonus points. If it wasn't for the bonus points in the beginning, I think it would have made the rest of my months a lot more difficult. They give you points, guys. They give you points just for working, which was kind of awesome for me. And it's what set me up to feel comfortable with, hey, maybe I could actually get this incentive trip this time. So I decided not just to work on myself, but I felt like the opportunity of the incentive trip. Danielle, you gave me your non-speaking capabilities. I felt like getting the incentive trip for me was not just going to help me focus on getting better at what I do, but I felt like it was a really good opportunity to help my team. So I think that that's somewhere where you yourself could grow as a leader as well. For example, some of the things that I did was, obviously I charted. So every month I had all my points, what I could get that month, what I was close to. I wanted to work on my SV. So per month, I wanted to make sure that I could. My goal was to try and reach 1,000, at least every month, no matter what month it was. I wanted to, if it was better than that, great. But that was what I wanted to make my goal, so that it was going to be easier for me, and I wasn't like freaking out in February counting points, trying to make sure that, I was going to at least get one of the incentives. My goal also was on recruiting. I usually have like a 2 to 3 per month goal, personal goal. I upped it to like 5 or 6, and I just worked a lot harder on that. And I just tried, when I would do events, I would make sure that I would book parties and get this little guy I laminated, and I would take to all my events, to all my parties, and just kind of put it out there, because it has that really cute picture of the incentive trip, and it kind of just opened up another line of conversation. And it's crazy how many people that are your hosts become a recruit because they see all the cool things that you get. So that was one of my biggest things, was hosting parties and getting the host involved to where she wanted to be part of my team. So I wanted her to feel how cool it was and to see all the stuff that we got. So I would do a lot of behind the scenes with your host. You definitely want to have like that kind of relationship with them, where they're not just having a party for another direct selling company. You want to bring them into your world and show them all the cool extras that you get, and what you're doing, and how awesome your product is, and your host rewards. So this is another fun one that I like to have with me. I'm a laminator.
I need to get a laminator.
And no, it's those like pre-sealable ones, and then you cut it and do your whole thing. And this guy, I mean, these points, you can't win anything without tracking the points. You have to be organized with your points. Yes, working your business on a regular basis is great, but you really, really have to track it. But like I said, so I focused more on my team. Once I felt like I was comfortable with my sales volume and my parties and stuff, I tried to focus more on my team, to where everybody that I would recruit, I would make sure that I would help them host their first party, help them get those first incentives with their quick start, because, I wanted to get those qualifying sponsors as well. Just an added bonus to where I wasn't going to have to freak out if I wasn't up to par on, monthly sales, because, it happens to everybody. You can't help it if there's a holiday or there's people situations, life just happens. Melina, December was about the same for me. December, it was like everybody, whether it was team members, customers, everybody around like mid-December, they just kind of were on holiday already. So we didn't, I didn't do anything else. So I kind of was worried for January. Oh no, they're knocking at the door. So focusing on my team is one of the best things that I can say helped me. So it was like a, two-way street. I did better because I helped them do better. Once they got those quick starts, they also were energized and enthusiastic about promoting. They felt that it was more attainable. I feel like anybody, whether you're just starting out, whether to build your team, or you're a seasoned direct seller, if you get your new Zeebs excited about what you do and about what they can do, I think it makes all the difference. I've actually become kind of transparent. The other day, I decided to put up one of my financials for like a bad month. And I said, look, you could still do this, like even on a bad month, because I have a team, because we all sell together, and you gain off of having a team that you've built, as a core, you still get a paycheck. So it doesn't have to be all on you either, as long as you're actually working it as a business. I did get the sponsoring. I didn't get the one for the parties, but I did get for the qualifying sponsor. So I got the bonus points for that as well. So that's what really shot me up there. Because I was at first just trying to go for the laptop. And then when I saw that I was so close on my sponsors, because I was working so hard on, making sure that they got there, then I was like, oh my God, I think I could actually make it. So I want to say that I think I was like maybe 300-400 points over. So I don't think I was like super, super up there, but I had never gotten that close. And I really think that was the big kicker for me, was that I realized that, yes, I want to attain this goal, but myself just focusing on my sales was not going to cut it. I really needed to make sure that everybody who was working with me, who's on my team, felt like they could work the business as well. So I think that's it for me. I don't think I made the 12-minute limit.
1 minute left.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Spare minutes. So yeah, so that's it.
So it's only Melina who talks more than anybody.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I have a headache.
Yes.
And my eyes are watering. So I'm a hot mess express, and I won't apologize for any of it.
But you're a cool girl, and we love you. Yes. So if anybody has any questions now, that would be really awesome if you can pop them in the comments, because we're here to answer questions for you as well. And I think there was a point that I wanted to make in my jump back on to talk, and it totally just went like that. So if anybody else has anything to say, that would be awesome.
I would just, while you guys are typing, because you guys are typing up 1,001 questions. I know it. I hear the typing. While you guys are doing that, I think if you kind of gather from all four of us, one of the things we said was definitely focus on some of those bonus points. You might not have got all of them. You might have got some of them, but getting some bonus points is huge. But still having that plan and being well-rounded in everything you do is going to be big. And then I think all of us agree tracking them is huge. Not just waiting for that email that Pink Zebra sends out in the middle of the month. Of the following month, it's tracking them day in, day out. I can't tell you how many times I have my calculator up in the middle of the month. Like, I would get $24 more. Like, someone randomly placed a $24 order on my website, and I'd be like, oh, that means, and if I divide it by 4, I only need 1,200 more. Like, I did that every single time I had another sale, or someone, joined and hit their quick start, or someone promoted. I did that every single time. And I think that's huge, just to have that tracker, keep it focused. And like I said, be well-rounded and don't be afraid. Heather got it on her recruiting and her team. Melina got on her $3,000, awesome parties. I got it with those little bonus points. Lori got it. You got it on a well-rounded lifestyle too.
Yeah.
So everybody kind of had their strengths and their strengths of it. And I think that's the biggest thing, is having that strength, but figure out what you're good at. Melina knows she's good at sales. Laura, you knew you were going to have 15 days gone, 15, 12 days, 15, whatever days gone. You knew you needed to have parties, and that was your best month. You got to kind of look at it in the whole scheme of things and have it planned out. Like I said, my planner, I can't tell you how many days every time I opened it, how much highlighting I was doing. Heck, I'm still doing it. Now we're on the coupons, and I'm tracking how many coupons I'm getting parties I close each month, and is not my stars. And I have my tracking on how many samples and when I work out, which don't look at that because that's really bad this month. But you have to have a tracker somehow and a plan somehow, and I think that's huge. No one wants to ask a question. I just gave this
I wanted to jump in and say something about the planners. Some people don't have guidance as well on planners, because everybody's different, but our planners, If you don't have one, when you go to reunion, go to it, get that planner. I also use this one, which is from Belinda Ellsworth. I just recently got it, and I love it because it's set up for us as direct sellers, and it really helps you keep goals. And my team members that didn't make it, I guess what I'm trying to say is like, this training is not just, hey, this is how you earn the trip. Anyways, for me, it's those people who didn't earn the trip but tracked their points, their business grew, and it was a huge accomplishment for them. So even use this as a tool for that. Even if you don't want the trip, maybe just try for the smaller incentives, but it makes your business better in the end.
And with that, it builds consistency.
Correct.
And I remembered my point too, is that one of the best things I think about doing this right now is what's today? The middle of May, which we know already that July is going to hit, new catalog is going to hit, reunion's going to hit, and that's going to be when we are at the starting gates. Please, I beg of you, if the trip is your goal, do not wait until July to have your calendar booked, to have your pipeline filled, all of that. Do the groundwork now. Meet the new customers, pound the pavement, call your past hosts and book them, so that when July hits, and we don't know what the bonus points are going to be, if there's going to be any more than reunion. But if it's for sponsoring, if it's for sales, if it's for parties, you're already doing that. You've built that consistency now in May and June. Do not take J months off. Do not take J months off, because you will not build that momentum back in time, quote unquote, in time to earn the trip. So build that pipeline now, reach out to do all the uncomfortable work now, so that when the bonus points are announced in July, you're like, it's not a piece of cake, because it is still work, but you're not as worried and nervous about it. You're already set up for success. You've already put your plan into place to continue to grow and build that consistent business. And then don't take December off either. Yeah, because that's a rough month too. So it's funny because people say that J months are hard. I think we can all agree that December was kind of like, but it doesn't have to be. If you plan out and you prepare and like kind of overplan and overbook, it doesn't have to be hard. And then you can really maintain your consistency. So that's my spiel.
That's all good stuff. All good spiel. Yeah. And I want to see the inside of Heather's planner, because
yeah.
I know about that planner.
That, yeah.
Which one? You want to see the Belinda Ellsworth?
Yep.
Please.
Okay, so first of all, the first page is a wipe off board, and it also helps you track your health. Okay. And then it was only $30 too, and it came like with extra months. So she puts like tips and tricks and things for all the different stuff. Then there is a roadmap where, I don't know if my light's letting you see anything.
Yes. Go.
Okay. So, and I just recently transferred over to this, so I haven't like transferred all my stuff over. But here, let me show you like one of the months that I didn't use. And then important information. This is great for all new consultants. It lets you add all your important info right there. It gives you new consultants like what you should do on your first 100 days. It gives you business goals on this page here. So here's where you can track business goals. Let's see. And then, so let's see, this is January. So obviously I didn't use it for January. There's a review and goal set page.
Oh, wow.
I love that.
There's more info here, and she gives you like a welcome thing, how to stay committed, and it gives you like different info. And like then she has when she does her trainings as well, so you can go on and like see her do her trainings. And then this is like your calendar, and there's like sidebar for like all the little things that you want to get done that month as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I wonder if she's going to have like a special for us at reunion.
That's what I'm wondering.
I'm assuming so. And no, and I mean, it gets really like even better when you go back here. There's like pages for notes, additional contacts. There's like a lead thing for sponsoring leads, for booking. Yeah. It's so cool.
Yours is so much nicer than mine.
So worth it. No, it really is worth it. Well, I mean, I always use the one that PZ gave us, and I love it, but I like the size of this one better, I think. So yeah, so I like that one a lot because I can keep this like anywhere with me. Like I can keep this in my work bag, in my PZ bag, and it fits perfect, and I can always just jot things down as I need them.
You're like that list, like mine's like, I have a grid paper in the back, but it's not as pretty like as yours. So I'm kind of jealous. Like I like that because I had to make my own grid for like my Frank's list is in my planner.
Yeah. No, I had tried a million different planners, and the PZ one worked well, but I didn't have like place to write it. So I always had like side notebooks and things like that. And this one kind of gave me like the space to do all that. So
I hope everybody liked the training.
I hope so.
For sure.
No one's commenting. Makes me sad.
No questions. That's okay. We're going to have a replay somehow because this did record. Melina, I might be messaging you in a second to figure out how to upload this and all that jazz. But other than that, I think we're good to end here, and hopefully more questions come about. And just a reminder that if we can do this, you guys can do this. And I know Melina touched on that we didn't do such a great job introducing ourselves, but the point of our
I didn't say you didn't do a good job. I just said I didn't think you and Danielle said that much about yourself personally.
Right.
That was not a dig. That was an observation. And then I went ahead and talked about myself a lot.
Well, because you did really good, because the point of that part of us talking was to show everybody that we're all doing different stuff. Like we have stay-at-home mom, we have full-time job workers. I'm kind of lazy and stay home all day with just one kid in school. So I have a little bit more time to focus on Pink Zebra, but everybody's at a different stage in life and doing different things. So there's kind of no excuses is what the point of that part was. It can happen for everybody.
Yep. I'm a full-time job worker is what
You're a full-time job worker.
Full-time job
worker.
Yeah, and some of us have children and some of us don't.
Right.
And Heather, the thing that I don't think you said that I think is super important is that didn't you earn the trip while your husband was deployed? So you were essentially a single mom for part of the extended period. So that's a big deal.
Isn't that funny that when we're talking about ourselves, though, we don't think about those things because it's just like what was normal in my life at that time. So I didn't even think to say anything. But yes, my husband was gone the whole time. He left in October and didn't come back until March.
Yeah, it's not normal. It's extraordinary.
Yeah. Agreed.
No, you do what you got to do. And when you want something bad enough, everybody, you can figure out a way to do it. And if you can't do it on your own, reach out to those who have done it or who are working in like-minded, that have the same goals so that you can have that accountability person, because that's really important too, is to have a network and that we're all real people and we really like to get to know each other. Some people are kind of afraid to get personal and friendly with other people. And I think that's not fun. I mean, you really should get out there and don't be shy. We're all weird. It's okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say, I'm the queen of the weirdos. So Danielle is my co-captain.
True story. If anyone could deal with me or Melina on like a even semi-weekly basis, you are pretty much golden. Like in life.
My life isn't complete without you guys right now, so I want you to know that.
We also love you.
Hearts.
So anyways,
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. So I wanted to come here, and Melina just went off.
Where did Melina just go?
Oh, sorry. I'm back. My battery is low.
Okay, I will wrap this up real quick. I do want to go off with two more things. Like everyone said, everyone's life is different. Everyone's busy. If you guys are interested, and I kind of brought it up to the girls, and I'm just throwing it out here now again. If you want, we can create like an incentive accountability group where we'll all four be here,
Great
helping
idea.
you guys, tracking with you guys, motivating you guys, giving you tips and tricks along the way. And again, it's going to be for everyone from every walk of life. None of us on our teams, like none of us get paid on any of us, I'm pretty sure. So we have like, if Melina's girl wants to rock and her and I become like BFFs in the side race too, and we help rock her with it. I have no financial gain on this, but except for seeing her and partying with her in the next trip. And another thing is, so if you guys want to do that, let us know. We'll be happy to set one up like middle of June. That way when July hits, we're hitting it hard with July with the bonus points and everything. So if you guys want to do it, let us know. We'll be happy to help you guys and have an accountability group because accountability is huge. It helps. Like when I'm sitting there having a bad day and I message Melina, I'm like, blah, 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 and I give her like I conspiracy theory everything, and I conspiracy theory out like my life to her. She's like, it's okay, and I'm like, okay, great, thanks, bye. And then we move on to the next trip next day, but it works out. And then so there's that. And then two, I want to tell you guys, all of us brought our husbands. And I'm not like it was my husband's first time, and so it was everyone but Melina's husband's first time there, and I'm pretty sure you all got the same thing. So you're earning for two next year, and you're buying in the extra days, and you're doing this and this.
Yep.
If you have a significant other or a really close sister or whatever, or your mother, like people brought like their sisters or whatever, they're going to go on it and they're going to tell you the same thing, that you have to earn it every single year now from now on.
Because the trip is that cool. Like nobody really understands until you take the trip, for even for the amount of money that you buy somebody in, the stuff that you get and the amazingness of all of the amenities are beyond something that you would be able to pay for on a regular basis anyway. I mean, it's that great. And I think that's something that nobody gets until you go.
People said it and I didn't understand it, and my husband the whole time was like, so we're going back next year, we're coming back next year, whatever trip we're at. I'm like, okay.
No pressure. Right.
So yeah, so that's something true too, and again, that's one of the reasons why we wanted to give this to you guys, because we want you on our team to experience what we experience, because there's nothing like it, and we want to party with you guys. And even if you're not a big party or drinker, we want to have fun with you. We want to sit at a pool with you. We want to go on an excursion with you. We want to go fishing with you. I don't know what we're going to do, where we're going, but we want to do it with you guys. So that's why we wanted to bring this to you guys, because we want you to enjoy this with us. We want you to see the efforts of your hard work.
Agreed. Yep.
Alrighty. So I think we should go before we like.
Bye.